So people often ask me, when can I start the puppy classes? When can we teach them how to sit and stay and calm and heel and leave it and drop it and all this stuff? So what is the best time really? Well, you can usually start fairly early, but if you actually go to dog classes, you often have to fill in some paperwork and you have to provide some proof that your puppy was fully vaccinated. Some places will allow you to have only 2 shots, the first and the second one. Other places say they have to be fully vaccinated. They often have to have the Bordetella shot given as well, which is a kennel cough. It's a highly contagious kind of a cough that needs to be prevented, so no actual Bordetella or kennel cough can be given to other dogs as well. So it's possible that the place, if you were to go to doggy classes, they may require you to have your dog fully vaccinated. Well, they're usually fully vaccinated around 4 months. So that means that you only start that kind of classes around 4 months. Now your dog, depending on your dog, may actually be ready a lot sooner. And it depends a bit on your dog, so you have to kind of test it. You can try a few of the tricks early on. Usually sit for food. You know, you want your food? Sit. No, sit. And then you give them the food when they do it as a reward. So they very quickly learn that if you want to eat, you're going to have to sit. So it's a very easy way of, because they want something, nothing's for free in life. You have to sit. They will learn to sit when you push their bum down. You can use the command sit, and you use it over and over and over till they very slowly, after a few days, they start to realize, if I want to eat, I have to sit. Otherwise, I'm not going to get food. So they learn that kind of behavior very quickly. They can actually start something like that already at 4 weeks old. Now, most people don't get a puppy that early, of course, which I also don't recommend you get it that soon, but they can actually learn that behavior quite fast. More training depth, or the part of the training class is usually for a little bit older dog. You want to have a dog that can keep its focus on you a little bit longer. Just like young kids, like toddlers, they may not always be able to get all their attention focused on you. They have a very short attention span, as some of the puppies have the same problem with that as well. Now, it's not really a big problem. It just means you have to wait a little bit longer. So sometimes you have to just, if you try to teach them this stuff and you find that they're not really focused on you or they're not really ready for it, you may have to wait a couple of weeks. So that's a possibility that can happen as well. So some puppies are ready by 10 weeks. It's possible that 10, 11 weeks they're ready to go. Other puppies, you may have to wait till they're about 3, 4 months. Usually when they're a bit older, it's easier for them because they're a bit more mature. They know a couple of commands already, and they start to kind of just learn the rest of the stuff as well. So it's a bit of on your part, on your judgment, to see if your dog is ready for it. Now, if you find that you try a few things and it's just not really working out, it could be that they're just not ready for it. So you may have to wait a few weeks and try again. In the meantime, you can start right away with the 7 principles for success that are outlined in the fundamentals section, where you teach your dog right away from the beginning, right the very moment you get your puppy, those 7 principles. Because they will, if you do this correctly, training will be a breeze because they know what is expected of them because you do it properly through proper communication with them. You set the boundaries, you're showing you're the alpha, you're social with your dog, you have the respect from your dog, and you have a structure set out, and you discipline at the right time, at the right moment. You're consistent and fair with them, so they have the respect to listen to you very carefully because you mean business when you say something. So they very quickly obey very good and very well. So you make them sit, you make them calm, all that kind of stuff that's outlined in our puppy class and the rest of the videos. But that kind of gets you set up for the next few lessons. So that's kind of the overview of this section. It's kind of a lead-in for the puppy classes. So it's a bit of depending on your dog, on the age of your dog, and how ready the dog is before you actually start the classes. So that will be it for this entire section, and then the next few sections will be the actual training where we actually do regular everyday kind of classes. Now, these classes are designed to help you understand how to make them do certain commands, how to obey certain commands. But again, the real core of training is not just those commands. The real core of training your dog is the fundamentals. And that's why it's very important that you go to those videos and sometimes go over them a few times to make sure you understand it, you do what your dog needs to learn, you really follow up on that. And that will set the course for the training as well, because you might get frustrated if you don't do the principles correctly. You might find that you're having a harder time making your dog sit, stay, come, and all the other commands out there. So hopefully that will help. Everything that you need is in this course. So if you're not successful, you may have to go back to some of the fundamentals and see what you did wrong or how you can adjust and all that stuff. So hopefully this was a very useful course to you guys. I know it's been quite a few videos by now, and you have maybe spent a lot of time just watching me speaking to you, and I have not shown too many dog situations, but it's very important that you get some of the core parts understood very well, because it will set the course of the life with your dog as well. So again, thank you so much for looking at this video and watching the rest of this stuff. And now it's time to go on to the actual classes where we actually train you how to do the commands. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the classes.